Thank you all for being here. I think first and foremost, just give my apology to obviously the city of Philadelphia, my family, my teammates, the organization, everybody that was affected through this suspension. Obviously to own up to that as a leader of this group and being brought here to be a leader and help, bring, that edge and a possibility and chance to win here, to let people down, hurt more than kind of anything going through this process. But, shout out to the guys for having my back, for supporting me through this time, to where now things are on the positive side, and looking forward to tomorrow and being available and, giving everything I got.
What specifically did you take and why did you take?
I won't get into specifics on what it was. That's more of on a personal side. So, yeah.
Were you surprised when you failed the test, or did you have a feeling at some point maybe you did something that you should have done?
No. At the moment, I didn't know exactly the repercussions. It was just a poorly timed decision.
I guess when it came out, I guess you said something about you took something for mental health. I know you've been very open about that. I guess how were you dealing through everything?
Yeah, good. Good. Obviously, being a pro athlete takes a toll on you, and my body wasn't where I wanted it to be, and the expectation to perform because of my body not being where it needed to be. Obviously, I'm going to have an expectation for myself, and that's what led the poor decision at the time. But again, I've said it, throughout my career, dealing with mental health. I'm no superhero. I'm a human, and I made a mistake at that moment.
What exactly have you done since the suspension? Whether it's work with these guys in here, weight room, whatever, continue preparing to make this return?
Yeah, I've been very much a part of this group. I've been on the scout team helping the guys prepare. I've been Shea, I've been Luka, I've been you name it, who we've played. I've been that personnel for us to prepare for those games. I've been, spent a ton of time in the weight room, conditioning, on the court, just staying in shape, staying sharp. On game days, helping VJ prepare, helping Justin prepare, Dalen prepare, and also trying to teach little things that they can take and kind of put into their game. So, been very much a part of this group. Film sessions, been trying to be locked in, making sure the guys know what we're doing out there, and just staying attentive and engaged as much as possible.
I know you're not allowed to be in the arena. You haven't been allowed to be in the arena like during the actual games.
Mm-hmm.
Just what was that like, whether it was watching at home or when you were on road trips? I'm sure watching like back at the hotels. Did you hear what just that experience has been like over the last several weeks?
Yeah, it's been tough. That was one of the toughest part about it is be able to do everything but attend games. Because again, I'm preparing as if I'm playing, so to speak, but then not to be able to be fully a part of the game and helping guys through the games and seeing the game up close. That was hard, and a lot of it we've been on road trips and having extended time being in the hotel room. That was tough. But again, the guys did a great job of kind of just keeping me a part of the group, keeping me, engaged, and I guess making it as normal as possible.
Paul, having looked at this team from afar now and going against it, what differences have you noticed then from being a part of it, maybe that will change with you coming back?
Yeah, I think they've been playing well. Give the young guys a ton of credit. Cam has came in and gave us a big boost. Dalen has came in and gave us a big boost. VJ has stepped up. Quentin has stepped up. Justin has stepped up. Trenton. So, I'm looking forward to coming back to a group of guys that are confident, much more confident going forward, who has gotten a lot of game time and being put in difficult situations where they've had to figure it out, and they've done so. And so, now to be back implemented with the group is only going to be good for us, I think. I'm in a much better place physically, and so I'm, from a personal standpoint, really excited about that. This 25 games was just what I needed, I think, for my body to kind of heal and, be in a better place. And I've been feeling great. I've been feeling awesome on the court. And so I'm looking forward to putting it to the test now.
You're returning with an opportunity over the next 10 games to improve the team's standing in a relatively wide open Eastern Conference. How much has the experience that you've gone through over these 25 games driven you to really make an impact and help the team from a standings perspective?
Yeah, we're a game and a half back, I believe, from fifth, and so it's kind of in the driver's seat to close out these last 10 games. Obviously, that's the goal, is to try to get the best seeding as possible and get ourselves out of the play-in situation. So that's what I'm gearing for, is to take these last 10 games and use them as playoff games. Have that kind of mindset going into them, that these are must-wins to solidify a great seed. We're still in a good position right now, so that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
And additionally, you've spoken before about complimenting Joel and Tyrese, who are both injured right now. Kelly's injured right now. So how much do you view this as a chance for you really to be the predominant scorer along with DJ and Quentin when he's starting tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's kind of how I view it, just to be aggressive again, and to get back to, again, like I said earlier, like I've been feeling great preparing and working out and staying in shape. I've been feeling great, feeling explosive again, feeling strong again, and so I feel like I'm back on that level of being able to perform and be the focal guy and be the scorer. So that's my mindset going into tomorrow, is to get back to being aggressive. Obviously, there'll be some rust with missing 25 games, especially this part in the season where guys are playing playoff basketball, so to speak. So there'll be a little rust, but I'm just looking forward to just being full-fledged, thrown out there, being in the mix, and just being aggressive. Whatever happens. But I'm looking to go out there and do what I do and do what I've done over my career.
With that being said, Paul, I guess obviously you've been able to work and everything is how hard the knee or average the knee right now. I know it's kind of been bothering you.
Yeah, the knee is good. The knee is, like I said, it's in a better place. I feel confident in it, and so I'm ready to go. I feel good.
What was the initial reaction of the franchise at the time that, hey, this is going down?
Yeah, it was a little. Obviously, there was devastation there, especially where we were at. I believe we were at 5th seed. I think we had just won a game against Sacramento or something like that. We've been playing good basketball. So there was some devastation, just of momentum that was being built. I think I was starting to trend in a better place. My body was getting better and better over that time. But again, the front office gave me full support, and although from my point of view, I knew I let them down. They were there to kind of pick me up and carry me along the way to reassure me that we'll get through this and this will be behind us. And for me, the only way to pay it back is to just give everything once I get back out there. And so that's what I'm excited for. Go out there and just give it everything.
Paul, you discussed your involvement throughout the course of the suspension. A lot of your teammates have shouted you out for your involvement, your continued leadership throughout. Just what has it meant to kind of have their support? How important was it for you to still have that connection with your teammates throughout?
Yeah, it was extremely important. I think they helped the process a lot for me to get through it, knowing that they still have my support, or I still had their support. Because it wasn't easy, and I give them again a ton of credit for holding it down, continuing on. A lot of them are young guys, so to be thrown into, having to do more and pick up pieces, especially for a guy like VJ, I give him a ton of credit. He just put the team on his back, especially now with Tyrese Joel being out. It meant a lot, and to have a good mix of young guys, veterans. Kyle was awesome for me to have him in my corner and to be that veteran presence, even for me. Tyrese, Joe, like all the guys, they've been supportive. So it made the process that much easier, or better. None of it has been easy, but it made it better. Knowing that once we get through this, we've got a ton of upside.
Paul, you mentioned your knees in a better place, but you also mentioned earlier a couple of times your mental health. Have you found the tools you needed to kind of improve that? Are you in a better place when you need to be there, or is that always going to be a work in progress?
Yeah, I'm in a better place. Again, being a pro athlete, and the most difficult thing is when your body isn't where it needs to be or where it once was. That leads and bleeds into the mental side of things, knowing that you're limited. But for me, if I feel good, my body is feeling great mentally. I know I'm capable of doing what I can do and what I've been able to do on the court for years. So the mental thing only comes from the physical side not being, in a great place.
Last couple questions.
VJ has developed so much over the past 25 games. What's the biggest change that you've seen since you last played with him, and how do you expect to complement him?
Yeah, I think for VJ, it's just, I've been trying to just help him develop with slowing the game down, picking and choosing spots, and just being at peace with his game, being under control. So over the past 25 games, especially the past, 7-8 games, it just looks like the game is starting to slow down for him. He's starting to see things differently. He's getting to his spots. He's raising up, playing comfortable in the mid-range area, which we've worked a ton on. And so, I see it. It's fun for me to watch his process right now, because a lot of stuff that we've been working on, he's starting to pick it up, and it's starting to be like second nature. He's just such a phenomenal athlete. I'm trying to incorporate how to use his athleticism as well as, his patience and seeing things differently. So it's been fun to watch, when I come back. It's just to piggyback on it, continue to tag on it. And for now, the work that we've been doing for him to see it live in live action, so he's excited for me to come back, and I'm excited to play out there with him.
That
Last
rush
question.
that you said will inevitably be there even without good feeling. So what key in your mind to sort of fast tracking that as much as possible, whether it's conditioning wise or just like basketball?
Yeah, I think just conditioning wise, obviously I've done a ton of cardio, but you can never simulate a game. So I think more so than anything, it's just going to be the cardio. That should come back fairly quick. But then, just timing. Obviously, we try to simulate as much as possible game-like situations, but nothing's like a game until you're in it. So there'll be some rust on reads, maybe on, again, hopefully it's not a fatigue thing. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. But so hopefully it's not a fatigue thing where legs are feeling heavy or a little sluggish. But, again, being out 25 games, I know that there's going to be some situations where, all right, I haven't played in 25 games. that read will get better, or that decision making will be better, or that shot making will be better. And so, you know, I won't put too much pressure on that again. The only thing for me is just to go out there and play as hard as I can to kind of build towards better conditioning and cardio going forward down these last 10-game stretch.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.